Welcome everyone to the second segment of Comedian Singularity, where everything in life begins with a laugh. Now, does anyone know here what's the difference between Bill Cosby and a rap artist? No? Art. Remove the word art, and what's left from rap artist? Okay. So, my friend called me last week, and he said that his career is in ruins. I said, so what do? He's an archaeologist. Now, what do you call a fat psychic? A fortune teller. Now, there's only one species on Earth that defies the laws of gravity. Do you know who it is? Women. The heavier they are, and they're easier to pick up. Now that was kind of like a little joke that I just came up with. But anyway, I love physics, so I actually apply what I learned. Anyway, I'm going to introduce you Brock Snyder, my co-host, and he's going to introduce all the future comedians. Thanks to all.
Woo! All right, guys, give it up for Dan, Dr. Dan. Killing it. Those jokes were jokes. Okay. Anyway, thanks everyone for coming out. Thank you, America, for coming and tuning in to another episode of the Comedian Singularity. That being said, my name is Brock Snyder. Thanks for coming. I know some of you are thinking, is he single? Sorry, ladies, not anymore. Okay. Scan the crowd, swing and a miss. I feel like I met my girlfriend online, and you meet a lot of random people online. Little sir, I don't recommend it to you. You're only 8, but you just need to worry about it. I met a couple girls online before I met my girlfriend, and like one of them I met online, it was crazy. Like she claimed that her claim to fame in the entirety of life is that she once gave a BJ to 3-time snowboarding X Games gold medalist, Shaun White, everybody. Yes, we can. Woo! And then I made out with her, so basically I blew Shaun White, yes. I'll be signing autographs after the show in the back. But really, this chick had a problem. She had a screw loose, you know? Like, I took her out to meet some of my friends from work, and I go to the bathroom, come back up. My friends are pale from the face, like they just seen a ghost. I was like, dude, what happened? They're like, dude, you will not believe what she just told us. I was like, oh, did she tell you she wants to give a blowjob, 3-time snowboard, X Games gold medal, Shaun White? Because that story is amazing. They're like, no, we asked her a very simple question. What are you into? Could have been anything. Like, could have been, you know, horses or furniture or racism. Her answers were cocaine and magic mushrooms. Like, did you ever have parents? I ended up dating her for the next year, so that was pretty good. You know, I live with my girlfriend now, and I feel like we fell in love, we moved in together. What is the obvious next step? Get a cat. Who said get a cat? Get a kitten? Okay, yeah, you win. You win. We got a cat, you know. And we go to get this cat, right? We got it from PetSmart. This thing was 4 years old. All the other 10 cats all had fun, cool names like Mittens and Snowball. This cat's name, 405. No one loved this cat enough to give it a goddamn name. 4 years, no one gave this thing a name? Not even like a dumb name. Like, hey, I don't know, let's just call it Ball Bag. Okay, there we go. Come here, Ball Bag. Hey, let's just name it Euthanize Me. Maybe someone will adopt it. Like, come here, euthanize me. Bunch of cat lovers in the house, okay. So we got this cat, right? Fast forward, love this cat. This cat is making me want to be a better person, okay? Like, it's just making me just wanting to do good. Like, I'm out there, like, volunteering in a soup kitchen. You know, I'm recycling. You know, like, I'm putting money away for its education. Where the hell am I going to send this cat? GW, biology major, okay? Anyway, so we find out from my landlady that she's allergic to cats. This is a goddamn problem, okay? So now we've got like $600 in air purifying technology. We find out the lady is still allergic to cats. So now I'm just sitting around my house trying to think of ways how to kill my fucking landlady, you know? You're done. Come home the other day, front door was open, landlady in there, dead, cat had killed the landlady. Like, 405, you are awesome. Anyway, get a cat. This is an SPCA announcement. So, and we're gonna get this comedy show going because we have 4 amazing comedians from the area. First comedian coming to the stage. Give it up for Mr. Tommy Sinbazo. Keep clapping, everybody. Woo!
Yay! Hey, everybody, how are you? I'm used to like intro music. Does anyone here have intro music at their job? No, there's no strippers here. That's the two. It's comedians and strippers, and I didn't wipe down this mic stand, so I guess I'll tell some jokes. Well, you can always tell who's been to strip clubs by who laughs at that, right? Like, how many women here have been and seen male strippers? Okay, you don't need to woo. This isn't coming off. It's not like, you got a Groupon. Like, it's not. Because there's a total difference between girl strippers and guy strip shows, right? Because at a guy strip show, there's no touching rule, right, ma'am? You go to work with just dick-shaped bruises the next day, right? Because this is what they give you. They're like, ladies, give it up for Chocolate Thunder. And he comes out, you're just like, stop it! Stop it, Mr. Thunder! Stop it! Here's your dollar! Whereas how many guys have seen female strippers? Woo! Okay, lot more vocal the gentlemen were than the ladies. Because we've been told by like TV and movies that it's supposed to be this super sensual, sexy experience. It is not, okay? This is what we get. They're like, gentlemen, give it up for Cinnamon. And she comes out, she's my cherry pie. Skip, 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 skip. Eee! 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 Like, what the fuck was on that pole? What does she know about the woman's vagina before hers that she doesn't want to get in her vagina? I'm concerned for my dollar. Are there any couples here? Are you guys, no couples? Couples? Well, we've all been in a bad relationship before, right? Clap if you've ever been in a bad relationship. Yeah, right? I was in this relationship that was so bad, the girl gave me 2 books. She was like, please read these 2 books. It's going to save our relationship. She gave me 1,001 Ways to Be Romantic and S&M 101. How the hell do you use those in tandem, right? There's no such thing as a romantic masochist. No one's going to be driving home tonight and turn a smooth jam on the radio and hear like, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, girl. You know when you look up at me with those 2 black eyes and that ball gag in your mouth and you whisper, yeah. Safe words, orangutan. Which, how many ladies here have ever been to a sex toy party? Don't woo. I'm not Oprah. Now you're like, well, look under your chairs. You get a dildo. You get a dildo. Because there's no equivalent to that. Guys, we don't have that. Sir, you're never going to get an e-fight to Peter's Puff Pastry Pocket Pussy Party. Just a bunch of dudes standing around eating Tostina pizza rolls going, put your dick in that thing. There's no equivalent, right? So when I was dating that girl, that very same girl, I saw her on a Friday, and I was like, so what are you doing this weekend? And she was like, I'm going to a sex toy party. And I was like, man, your voice is deep. And, oh, I forgot to tell you guys, this one time I lived with my mom till I was 27. So when I saw her that Sunday, I was like, how was the sex toy party? And she was like, I don't want to talk about it. I'm like, what the hell happened at this sex toy party? And she was like, your mother was there. And I was like, my mommy? Well, what did you do? She said, I bought everything she told me to, right? Which is terrifying. Like, sir, does your mother know what you're into? Would you like her to venture a guess? No, right? So I was like, well, what did she make you get? And she was like, she made me get this stuff called penis butter. Do you guys know what penis butter is? Ma'am, do you know what penis butter is? Oh, because I have a recipe. I'll show you later. No, she said it might. Apparently it's this cream I'm supposed to put on you so that when I go down there, I don't gag. Yeah. And that's when I realized, guys, my mom really gets me. What was she listening outside my room one night and heard oh, not my baby boy, and like runs off to the kitchen to whip up a batch of penis butter. She's like, is it ready? Not there yet. But I'm engaged now. You can clap for that. I'm engaged. It's been 12 years now. No, but when you first move in with a significant other, like there's certain intrinsic rights and truths as a man that vanish when you move in with a significant other, right? Like the very first thing to go is the ability to masturbate whenever you feel like it, right? That is gone. Because once upon a time at 3:30 in the morning, I could be flipping channels and hear those telltale steel drums of a Girls Gone Wild commercial. Remember that? Ding, 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 ding. Like, oh, get off me, pants, right? Nope, not anymore. Now I want to beat off. It's become a covert opera. Really get sick of doing it with a ski mask on, right? So the other day I got home early from work and my fiance wasn't there. And I checked every nook and cranny. I went around. I was like, sweetie, Honey Bear, Princess Pookums. And there was no answer. And I was like, Uno wata solo, right? I was throwing out lines from RoboCop at myself. I was like, dead or alive, you're coming with me. Let's step outside. And I buy that for $1. So, so I sprinted into the spare bathroom that only I use, and there sitting on the counter was an expensive-looking bottle of lotion that wasn't there earlier that day. And actually thought to myself, God bless this woman. She knew I wanted to pleasure myself today, so she bought me this bottle of lube, right? Not realizing that was a $37 bottle of lube that Dr. Oz recommends she put on the corns on her feet. Yeah, and I went to town. When I was done, the room was in utter chaos. There was lotion dripping off every surface. There was porn strewn about the room. There was a fire just burning in the corner, right? And I actually thought to myself, my grown-up mind was like, I should really clean all this up and hide the evidence. And then my inner child was like, no, fuck that, let's go play video games. So I took the belt off my neck, and I shared too much. YOLO. And I went in to go play Call of Duty. Has anybody here ever played Call of Duty?
Yep.
Except for the child? I'm desperately trying to not make eye contact with this entire time. For those who've never played an online, you get it, right, kid? There's a certain level of internet bravado, right? You want to be brave to all these people, right? So you trash talk them. Do you ever trash talk people? Yeah, right? You got to be like, yeah, suck it, noob. Why don't you tongue punch your grandmother's fart box, you 8-year-old? Because you got to teach the kids. So I'm in there in between matches when my fiance comes home from work. She opens the front door and makes a beeline for this empty bottle of lotion, okay? To this day, I have no clue how she knew. For all I know, some Oprah Yoda ghost appeared in her car and was like, girl, he's fucking with your lotion, right? So this is all I hear from the other room. I hear, and she SEAL Team 6 kicks the door open like, boom, and puts her face right up against my headset microphone and starts screaming at me, you dirty son of a bitch, I am sick of it. You use everything in this house to masturbate. You use all my foot cream, all the glitter lotion, all the mayonnaise. Who the hell uses mayonnaise? I wanted to make potato salad. I am sick of it, mister. Sick of it. And she just storms off, right? And the whole internet heard this. So after like 10 seconds of complete silence, heard this 12-year-old kid go, man, I hate it when my mom does that. All right, guys, thank you all very much.
Yeah, give it up for Thomas Chimpazo. Keep him out of the cafeteria lunchroom, okay? Anyway, guys, next minute coming to stage. Super great guy. Love this guy. Give it up for Mr. Eric Woodward. Eric Woodward, everybody. Keep clapping, keep clapping.
Thanks, man. Give it up for Brock one time, everybody. He needs a clap. All right. How are we all doing? We're doing good so far? Okay, a lot of people doing real shitty. Got it. No, I'm having fun, man. I'm just excited to be here. Anybody here got kids? Okay. Anybody, make a woo if you don't have kids. You hear all those dreams, parents? Did you hear it just wash over the crowd? Yeah, I have 2 beautiful kids myself. I know that's weird to see a giant Cabbage Patch doll say that he has children, and that's awkward. Yeah, I have 2 of my own. I have a little 3-year-old named Sue, and listen, there's things in the book they don't teach you about when you're having children, right? Like you guys know over here. You cause a lot of problems, little guy, all right? I had my 3-year-old come up to me, not a lie, the other day. She comes up to me and she goes, Daddy, I want to watch you sleep. I was like, what? No, that's kind of creepy. And no, she's like, no, Daddy, I promise I won't hurt you. I'll just watch. It's terrifying. You know what it's like to fall asleep with TBS on and the Ring is playing, and then all of a sudden that child is sentient because it can get out of its crib, and it's right here next to your face going, Daddy, wake up. Shh. Terror, pure terror. Last week, she comes down and she says, Daddy, I want to play a game with you. And I was just a little bit stoned. I was like, yeah, I'm ready to play because it makes kids' games way more funner. And I was like, what are we playing? She goes, I want to play good guys and bad guys. I was like, cool. I was like, what am I? He's like, you're the bad guy. I was like, nice. He's like, I go, what are you? And she goes, I'm the good guy. How do we play? She's like, I'm going to chase you. Okay. And then I'm going to catch you. Okay. And then I'm going to burn you to death with fire. And if there was any question that the UPS guy was her actual father, that completely put it to rest in my eyes. That was it. Kids are crazy, though. People who don't have kids, though, let me put you D. Let me give you a little tip, a little tidbit of advice of what it's like to have a child. Having a baby is exactly like the movie Terminator 1, okay? There's a scene in Terminator 1 where Kyle Reese is sitting in the car with Sarah Connor, and he's trying to explain to her that that thing in the club is not a dude on PCP, but a cybernetic organism sent from the future to destroy you. That's exactly what a baby is. I'm going to tell you word for word what Kyle Reese says to Sarah Connor, but I'm going to change one word. I'm going to change the word Terminator to baby. Listen, this baby is out there. It can't be bargained with. It can't be reasoned with. It doesn't feel pity or remorse or fear. And it absolutely will not stop ever until you are dead. That's what it's like having a baby. Kids are crazy, man. I watched childbirth is crazy. Just like raising a little baby is crazy because like I don't even understand how half that stuff works, you know, when they first come out. Like there's a job at the hospital, okay? It's called lactation consultant, okay? It's exactly what it sounds like. They just tell babies how to suck on titties. It's their only job that they do, okay? And it's not a particularly hard job either. I don't know how long she had to go to school for, but she's making $40K, and I'm making tens of dollars being here right now, okay? I lied about the tens of dollars. Anyway, so like, she goes and gives this little tidbit of advice. She says, listen, every time that you breastfeed, you should drink an entire glass of water. And I'm watching my wife and like feed my older child right when she came out. And it's beautiful. I don't, breastfeeding doesn't freak me out. I'm okay with it, right? It's natural, right? You get it, lady. I don't know if you had children or not. Be like, I'm into breastfeeding as well. Okay. But I'm watching it, and I'm watching her drink water because she follows everything the doctor says. And I came to the realization she's basically just a human Brita filter. Water goes in, whimsical thing here, bloop, life-giving manna. I think that's how it works. My understanding of the human anatomy is basically the same as Dr. Seuss. Like, I think that's how everything works in here. Anybody here in love? Woo. Okay, a lot of swingers here tonight. All right. I know there was couples here because the last guy said there was couples. There was one or two woos. Those people did not say they were in love. That was a fun question. Anyway, I'm in love, guys. I'm in love. Don't clap for that. Yeah, I've been married now 8 years, which is pretty cool, quite an achievement. And I want to tell you guys the story about how I knew she was the one for me. And well, I'm going to take you back in the time capsule, take you back through time and space to a magical time called 2005. And I finally convinced my good friend at the time, this girl that I would go out and she was my drinking pal. You know, we hung out a lot. Finally convinced her to Netflix and chill. Yeah. And I know what some of you younger folks here are thinking, Netflix and chill. Yeah, I get it. This was 2005 Netflix and chill, people. This is where you had to order DVDs in advance. There was planning in Netflix and chill back in 2005. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck like me, fucking to the Scorpion King, okay? And do you know how hard it is to finish to The Rock's rock-hard abs? Surprisingly easy. Anyway, it's washboard. It's washboard. And guys, maybe you've been here. Fellas, give me a woo where it's been the first time you've ever been with a lady and you handle your biz. Woo, good. Yeah, a lot of liars here. I like it. I like it. Yeah, I handle my biz. I did everything. When I was finished, I was ready to do everything but a Ray Lewis dance. I was like, whoa, like that after I finish, right? And because I was young and ready to go for round 2, I went to go down and swap out the condom, and it's gone. And I don't know what it is about being intimate with a person moments ago that all of a sudden there's a piece of rubber missing that can totally change your life, that you're playing the weirdest game of Where's Waldo you've ever played. I remember like pulling back and just like kind of looking, maybe it's under, maybe it's under the bed or something. But I knew goddamn well it was right in there. And I remember eyeing it up and looking in there and thinking to myself, okay, the condom is still perfectly dick-shaped. All of the baby-making goo is right at the little reservoir tip where it's supposed to be. All I got to do is play this high-stakes game of operation. Don't touch the sides, get this thing out, and we're not going to have any children. And I remember just eyeing it up. I was nervous. My hand was shaking. I had a bag of sand in my other hand, like I was going to swap it out of the pussy like Indiana Jones, like, ha! And I'm reaching. Get it. It's inside out. We just made a baby right there. And that's the story about how I knocked up my best friend and got married. Guys, thank you very much. My name is Eric Woodworth. Y'all have a wonderful evening.
Guys, get our Eric Woodworth Father of the Year. Yes. Yes, he will be. That was a great tutorial. Hope you weren't listening, kid. If not, you're getting something really cool. Tell your friends on Monday. All right, guys, the next comedian coming to the stage. Super lucky to have here. Clap it up for Miss Chelsea Short. Come on. Woo!
Thank you, Brock. Hey, everybody. I hope y'all are doing well. I'm feeling good. Actually, I'm feeling a little bit anxious. My father's birthday is coming up in a couple of weeks, and it's been a while since I've spoken to him. Things got kind of tense between us at Christmas this past year. He gave me a gift that I didn't really like, and things have been kind of tough. Can I tell you? Let me tell you what happened, all right? So I usually go home for Christmas. I live in Washington, D.C. My parents live in Richmond. It's really easy for me to go down there, spend the holiday with them. I usually leave maybe a couple days before because it's such a quick drive. But I usually go home, and my father calls me up last year because he calls me up and he says, "Hey, baby, I just want to make sure you're coming home for Christmas this year because I got some gifts I want to give you," which caught me off guard because I'm 30, right? I don't usually go home and expect toys. I thought I was just going to go home, see some people, eat some food, fake worship Jesus, and come back. Like I wasn't expecting toys, right? But I go down there, see my dad, see my family. We go to church. It's Christmas morning. My father is so excited. He wakes me up. And he's like, "All right, I got some gifts under there for you. Why don't you go under there, see what the first gift is?" First gift, new TV. Hell yeah. And it was a big one, right? It was big, and it had Netflix inside. I was like, yes. Woo. Everybody got a high five. My mom got a high five. Dad got a high five. My brother got a high five. His new wife, she's okay, but she got a high five because that's what TVs do. I was like, yeah. Well, my dad, he's still excited. He's like, "All right, you like that? Why don't you go under there and see what the second gift is?" Okay, well, unbeknownst to me, but beknownst to everyone else in the room, the second gift was a Fitbit. You guys know what? Has anybody here ever been gifted a Fitbit from someone who was supposed to love them? Yeah, it doesn't feel like good. If you don't know what a Fitbit is, it's this thing that you wear on your wrist, and it's supposed to count how many steps you take in a day, unless you just got a new TV, and then it's just a watch with Wi-Fi. If you don't walk, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. But it was so weird, right? Because I was up here giving high fives. I was so hype about the TV, and everybody else knew that I was about to open the Fitbit, and it got weird in there real quick. Because everybody was like, yeah. Shh. She's about to open the She's Fat gift. It got weird. So I open it up. I see that it's a Fitbit, and my face falls. Because I didn't want a Fitbit. And my father sees it. He's like, "All right, honey, I know this might not have been the gift that you wanted, but I feel like I needed to step in. You've kind of been letting yourself go. You can't be fat and a lesbian. How are you going to get a man? And I was like, what? No, that's not how any of this works. I like my life. Thank you very much. I am a good size for a lesbian. Thank you. I am a good size. Since the new year, I've actually been working hard to get better at cooking. Not because I'm trying to get healthy, not because, none of those reasons. I'm just trying to not be so arrogant when I'm watching Chop Jr. and judging the kids on Chop Jr. as I sit on my couch and eat takeout. That's it. I just don't want to be making fun of the kids on Chop Jr. Because y'all know how it works, right? Chopped is this cooking competition show. They have 4 contestants. They get a mystery box, and inside the mystery box are ingredients that usually don't go together, but they have to make them into some fantastic dish to serve to the judges. And I was watching this one episode of Chop Jr., and the 4 ingredients in this box were ramen, chicken nuggets, hot dogs, and another packet of ramen, right? And there's this 9-year-old, 10-year-old on the show, and he thinks he's about to serve the judges some fire. He ends up serving the judges what is basically a hot dog taco, okay? And this is how I know that I'll never be as good of an actor as the judges on Chopped, because this is what the judge says to the kid that served a hot dog taco. Wow, I really love what you did with these complex flavors. But I wish you had cooked the hot dog. And that kid made it to the next round. And I'm just laughing like, ha-ha, you fool. You got to cook the hot dog in the ramen. Get yourself a 4-year degree. You'll figure that out. I am trying to get better at cooking to the point where I'm kind of like, you know what? I can't really compete with the professionals on Chopped. But I shouldn't be here making fun of the kids on Chopped. I need something in the middle. I need something to let me know how good I am for my age group. I need like a Chopped millennial to let me know how good I am amongst my peers. And y'all are like, oh, well, what would a Chopped millennial be? Chopped millennial would be just this. All right, contestants, your challenge today. Can you make this Blue Apron box meal taste the way it's supposed to taste? Open up your box. You'll find everything you need in the exact amounts to make this meal. And oh yeah, instructions. Those are in there too. You have 45 minutes, which is 15 more minutes than this meal should take. Good luck. And I'd probably be like, I don't know, what is a pinch of salt? I'd probably get to the judges and they'd be like, all right, Chelsea, well, this doesn't look like the shrimp jambalaya and country greens that was supposed to be in the box. Can you tell us what happened? Well, first, forgot what a pinch of salt was. I think I burned everything, but I knew I couldn't serve the judges nothing. So I ran to the pantry, and what you have before you is a hot dog quesadilla. It's all I could put together in a pinch. I'm actually kind of frustrated. You know, these box subscription meal boxes, they say they come with everything that you need to make the meal. That's not true. I opened up the box, and they just assumed that I would have oil, butter, and pans. That's not how it works. I hope everything you can make in the box meal can be made with a 6-year-old George Foreman, because that's what I got. That's what I got. The best thing about cooking with a utensil that's named after somebody else, you get to just blame them for everything you burn. Like, damn it, George, you have one setting. A George Foreman doesn't even have, like, on or off. It just has plugged in. My friends who know that I'm trying to get better at cooking, they're like, oh, if you want to get better at cooking, you know what you need? You need a cast iron skillet. Those are great. What you do is you just cook things in the skillet over and over and over, and over time, you build up complex flavors that are in every one of your dishes. And I'm kind of like, oh, do you mean Tupperware? Because I got that. Yeah, I just warmed up some Brussels sprouts, and I was getting strong notes of pizza and chocolate cake. So, all right, you guys have been a lot of fun. Thank you all so much.
Get over to Chelsea Shore, everybody, right? Boom. She's going to have a cooking show refilming as soon as this one's over. All right, guys, the next comedian, the last one of this group coming to the stage, give it up for Mr. Chris Lawrence. Yeah. Woo.
Okay, you guys are all being punked. This is actually a shake weight infomercial, okay? All right. I know what you're thinking, man. They did it. They actually found a white dude whiter than any of the other white dudes that you saw today. Dreams come true, guys. So anyway, I am very excited because this is my first time on TV, theoretically, but I'm also very excited because I recently finished a marathon, you guys. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I watched every episode of Law & Order SVU for 10 days straight, okay, which takes a lot more out of you than you think, okay? I neglect my wife, my kids. They barely know I was gone at work. But you learn a lot watching Law & Order SVU, okay? First things first, I'm never going to take a black light to anything ever again. And second thing, I'm never going to use the internet ever again, ever, okay? Because those SVU agents can pull up a web history in 5 seconds flat. They don't care how many kids I have at home. They just go, Mr. Lawrence, can you please explain to me why your last 3 internet searches were how to get a kid to stop crying, Elmo videos, and how much is a kid worth on the black market? Just kidding, you guys. My kids definitely don't watch Elmo videos anymore. I do have 2 kids. I have 2 kids at home. I have a 8-year-old daughter and a 5-year-old son. My 8-year-old daughter hit a pretty big milestone a couple weeks ago. She rode her bike for the first time without training wheels. Thank you. Thank you for the nods. And yeah, some of you have souls. Thank you. So it's a big milestone when you see your kid do this, man. They go around. My daughter went around the parking lot a couple times. She comes up to me. She's like, Daddy, are you proud of me? I'm like, yes, kiddo. I'm very proud of you. She's like, really, Daddy? Really, really proud? I'm like crying. It's like watching her walk for the first time. I'm like, yes, kiddo. I'm very proud of you. She's like, great, Daddy. Can we go out tonight to dinner and celebrate? I'm like, whoa, I am not that proud of you, okay? Because going out to eat's expensive, right? I mean, my wife says to me, hey, don't you think you have some pretty high standards here? I'm like, no. Because if Olivia ever cured cancer one day, I would definitely take her to Pizza Hut. Like, no questions asked. What's that, honey? Normal melanoma. Oh, well, someone's going to get a personal pan pizza with as many toppings. No, up to 3. Let's not get crazy. But I am a good parent, you guys, because my wife and I just recently got nominated and elected president and vice president of my daughter's school's PTA. Give it up for PTA. Okay. Full disclosure, you guys, my daughter is homeschooled. No, I'm just kidding, you guys. My wife and I, it's a big public elementary school. My wife and I got nominated, elected fair and square. I'm happy to say the Russians had nothing to do with it. Trump crowd. Okay, cool. Recently those of you with kids, maybe you've done this. I recently had the pleasure of doing career day at my daughter's school. And career day, whoo, that's fun, okay? This is a 2nd grade class. Obviously, comedy is not my day job, but I was talking about my other career. But then I was like, these kids don't care at all about energy efficiency. So let's just go. I'm just like, okay, who here can tell me a joke? And 2nd graders. Boy in the class raises his hand and says, I got a joke. I'm like, okay, buddy, tell me the joke. He's like, what's the difference between a snowman and a snow woman? And I'm like, I don't know, buddy, tell me the answer. He's like, snowballs. I'm like, whoa, and I start laughing. I'm like, ah! And all the other kids in the class are laughing, and then the teacher just gives me the death stare like, really? Better do something. I'm like, yeah, maybe not appropriate for school, kid. In my head, I'm like, this kid's a winner, okay? But then that same career day, man, on the recess field, I'm out there. This little kid comes up to me. One of my daughter's classmates comes up to me and goes, you're Olivia's dad, right? I'm like, yeah, buddy, I am. You can call me Mr. Lawrence. He's like, okay, yeah, cool. Hey, you know she had a crush on me in kindergarten, right? I'm like, what? And before I can say anything, he just walked away. Like, he mic dropped me. 2nd grader mic dropped me, okay? Which is a good segue into this. A lot of you might be very surprised to know that I was made fun of a lot as a kid. I know what you're thinking. You're an Old Navy model. I know. It's crazy, but it's true. Back in elementary school, I was made fun of a lot because I had a massive overbite. I was called terrible names. Captain Bucky O'Hare, Bucktooth Beaver. I mean, my teachers were awful people, you guys. But it didn't stop there, man. In 4th grade, we were learning about all these things, and it was getting to the point where these kids were coming up with names that were so sophisticated, you would think they were going home and asking their parents what to call me. Like, yo, we got a nerd in class with an overbite. What do you think, Pop? Like, in 4th grade, we were learning about the Constitution, our founding fathers. Had a massive overbite. Kids started calling me Alexander and Hamilton. Massive overbite. We're learning about the Gettysburg Address, Abraham Lincoln, massive overbite. Kids started calling me John Wilkes Tooth. What, too soon? But I didn't do myself any favor, you guys. In high school, I was a complete nerd. I played Dungeons & Dragons, Magic the Gathering. I was on the solar car team. I was on the debate team. So needless to say, you guys, I got beat up a lot by the jocks. And by jocks, of course, I'm talking about the math team. Those girls were vicious. That's all I'm going to say. But I'm worried, man, because I don't want my kids to go down the same path. I don't want them to get made fun of. And I realized that like every inspirational quote of anything I've ever told my kids they're gonna realize has come from a movie or a song lyric. Like the other day, my daughter's in the bathroom talking to my wife about a bully in her class. And my wife's just like, listen, kiddo, you're not going to be able to help these bullies. Don't try to change them. They're just bad boys. Deal with it. And my daughter's a smart kid, but I can see this whole soliloquy is going over her head, so I'm just like, okay, I'm going to save the day. And I just kicked open the bathroom door, and it's like, Olivia, listen. Let me tell you something about these bullies and these bad boys. Bad boys. What you going to do? What you gonna do when they come for you? A rick-a-ding-ding, a rick-a-ding-ding. And my daughter goes, yeah, Dad, you got a good point. My wife just says, seriously? My daughter's a very anxious kid. She worries about everything, and I don't know where she gets it from, but quite frankly, it worries me sick. And the other day, she comes down the stairs, she's like, Mommy, Daddy taught me a really great trick. When I get really scared and nervous, I should just rub my ears and say, woosah, woosah. And my wife's like, come on, you taught her the thing from the movie Bad Boys? And I was like, no, because you're being ridiculous right now. Because that was from Bad Boys 2. And if you don't know that, I don't know what to do with you. I haven't talked about my son yet. He's a complete and total mess. He's at the age right now where he knows exactly what to say to get me in trouble. Okay, for instance, the other day, we're in the checkout line at the grocery store. And he says to me, hey, Daddy, can I have a candy bar? And I said, not right now, pal. He starts flopping on the ground, throwing a tantrum like he's some sort of soccer player during the World Cup. I pick him up off the ground. I start bringing him to the parking lot. He starts screaming at the top of his lungs, no, you put me down. You're not my daddy. Put me down. Put me down. I got people pulling out their cell phones. I'm 5 seconds away from an Amber Alert. Luckily, my wife is in the car waiting like some sort of getaway driver. Gets out and says, no. I'm pretty sure he's the father. 50-50. A lot of my hippy-dippy granola-eating friends out in the People's Republic of Maryland where I live, they all go, Chris, there's no such thing as bad parents. Just different parenting styles. I'm like, yo, wait a minute, Moonbeam. There are some terrible parents out there, okay? Read any newspaper. The other day I saw a story about a woman who was turned into Child Protective Services because they found out that she was giving her infant kids crushed-up Benadryl in their baby bottles to get them to go to sleep. Despicable, right? Moron. I mean, doesn't she realize there's liquid Benadryl she could have put in those kids' baby bottles? Put them right out. No evidence. Just watch some SVU. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's getting to the point right now where I'm making the real effort, to not curse in front of my kids because my son curses like a sailor. And but it's hard. It's really hard to do because sometimes there's those situations where you have to curse. But the other day, my daughter and I were driving. Obviously, I'm driving. And she's in the back seat. And we're driving. Everything's well and good until I just get cut off by this car. Just cuts me off. And the first thing I want to say is, oh, you mother. But instead what comes out is, oh, my stars. Oh, my stars. Like I'm Scarlett O'Hara and Gone with the Wind. Like, oh, my stars, the vapors. And my daughter's just in the back seat just goes, Daddy, just call him a douchebag. I'm like, what? You've been hanging out with your mom too much. And I say, Olivia, let me tell you something. When you start driving one day, you're going to realize what just happened to Daddy. That guy, what he did, that was bad. And my daughter just goes, Dad, bad boys. Bad boys. What you going to do? All right, guys, I'm Chris Lawrence. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Have a good one, okay?
Big round of applause for Chris. Who likes the topic of geography? Anyone? No? Okay, well, Iran and Iraq are countries, not Apple products. So make sure to call them by their name properly. It's not Iran or Iraq. Okay? Now, I was at the Apple store in Bethesda a few weeks back, and it got robbed. So the cops decided to detain me as being an eyewitness. Now, apparently, actually, Monica Lewinsky, and I'm sure that everyone knows her, right? Decided to write a book about the tell-all story about her being at the White House. I bet it really sucks. Now, 90% of women hates men in pink shirt. Ironically, 90% of men in pink shirt hates women. Right? He got it. Good. And I'm sure, thanks. I'm sure that a lot of people here received by an email. If you do not forward this email to 10 people, you will die. So I went to a cemetery, and I've been looking for a tombstone saying, died from not forwarding this email to 10 people. Right? Have you ever seen a tombstone with this notice on it? No, I don't think so. Anyway, we will have a 10-minute break, and we will be back. Please don't leave. We have 4 more great comedians. Thanks to all, and go to the bathroom, get something to drink, and we'll be back in 10 to 15 minutes.